Hey, we got Drewz Viewz here, and I'm back for a little Car Tuesday, reacting to them cartoons on Tuesday with some Benjamin Tennyson, Season 3, Episode 11, which is called The Return. Who is going to be returning on this episode? That is the big question, I would imagine. It could have something to do with the monsters plotline. Well, last time was monster weather, which threw me off because I was predicting it to be part of the ongoing storyline here about like these monsters that are popping up, like the mummy, the Analdushi, etc. But it didn't end up being that. It was like a weatherman who had created like a robot that made the weather messed up in Chicago at the old festival where Grandpa was trying to get his groovy on with what was the name of the band? Actually, I thought it was funny. Shag Carpeting, I think it was. And then him and Ben weren't getting along, etc. But yeah, so it didn't have anything to do with the ongoing storyline. So maybe this time with the return, it will. And wearing my shirt here with like a werewolf on it to try to manifest some of this here. So I want this continuing storyline to keep going here, and I want more information on it. And yeah, even Ben, we haven't seen him as the mummy yet himself, which apparently is part of the watch now. So that's something I'm interested in. Yeah, so I don't know if the return could be either of those two characters, monster characters, or someone else even. I mean, we also saw with the episode a couple times ago, the Forever Knights were back in the mix, so they could be returning. I don't know if all these things are related or not, but anyway, I'm ready to just jump right into it and see who's returning. Let's do it. Well, shit. Ghost Freak back in the building. The one that got away. That's right, because that he was not just a version of an alien. He was like his own being that was trapped in the Omnitrix. I'm not sure how he's the master of these guys, but... And also, does he have a plan? So, like, he wants revenge on Ben right here, I guess, but is that... It's more than that, right? He's, like, has another plan, too, like, for bringing the... Why is he bringing all the corrodium off of the planet? So Ben and Gwen... Grandpa and Gwen are trapped in the actual rocket ship. Grandpa was apparently supposed to be like the first man on the moon, like Neil Armstrong. How old is Grandpa supposed to be? Because we saw in the 20 years in the future episode, what did they say? It was like 80 or 85, and now he's like 60 or 65 maybe. And the current timeline, which is like 2007 or so. The moon landing, I believe, was 1969. With the time, I'm trying to think if the timeline matches up for how old Grandpa would be, or would it be too young? I guess he'd be like a young, early 20s astronaut. I think Neil Armstrong was probably a little older, but anyway, I'm sure I'm not supposed to be thinking about that sort of thing. Just like I'm not supposed to be thinking about how they get down to Florida from Chicago that quickly. But yeah, so cool. So the Dr. Victor guy, I guess, is like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That would make sense. Like doctor that turns into a monster-ish type guy. And then the werewolf, the mummy, Ghost is in charge of them. Like Ghost Freak. I guess this is going to be the full squad. I'm trying to think if there was any. Yeah, there's no Frankenstein monster then. There's no. Yeah, I guess that's all the main ones for like the classic monsters. Yeah, so I guess I just need to figure out if, like I was saying, if Ghost Freak's plan is just revenge here, or something, or it's something added to. He's trying to do something else as well with all this stuff. He must be, right? Because like what, involving all these other monsters or whatever. We learned what the Ghost Freak alien's called in that other episode where he got free, but fortunately I don't remember. It's Ecto something or other, I think maybe. So yeah, and then a while ago someone had the theory, someone posted a theory on one of my videos about Ben. When he says the name of the one he wants, he doesn't get it. But when he doesn't, he does, which I thought was an interesting theory. But from this one, he did say the name the first couple of times, didn't get it. But then he also didn't get it. Like on the third attempt for one he wanted, he didn't say the name, and then he still didn't get it. It was the one he turned into the mummy, I think. But then he didn't say it and finally got it with accelerate at the end. So yeah, maybe that isn't. There is still something ongoing about how he can't control it, but maybe the name thing isn't it. And then yeah, more stuff about the teamwork thing. So he still wants to be the ultimate big shot, or even maybe thinks he has to some degree because he has the power. But I mean, Gwen's getting pretty powerful now, it seems like, herself with her magic. Like she said, she didn't know how she did the one there with the snake thing or whatever it was, but the water thing earlier in like the cold open, that was pretty good. And we saw, obviously, going back to the future thing, she is a sorcerer or whatever they call it. Yeah, so Ben obviously needs to work together more. It's hard. I mean, like, I don't know how they can make him though, because like he can just like hit the thing on his wrist, whether he gets the one he wants or not. They can't corral him basically. Grandpa can't or whatever. So we'll see. I guess it takes him getting older to fully mature in that way, but they'll probably do something like that. You know, something with that storyline in part 2 here, the teamwork element. And I don't know, in the middle of episode 2, when like they were looking at, you know, the graveyard, they're calling it, Gwen was looking at the initials on things and like, oh, is that your initials or something, Grandpa? He was like kind of brushing it aside. Was that supposed to be indicating something else? So, like, is there some other secret he's still keeping in some way? Or like, I didn't really completely get what that was about. Maybe I'm reading too much into that one. Because I mean, he did say, yeah, he was an astronaut and was supposed to be on the moon, whatever. But then why was he like saying, oh, this is in the past? Or he said he left, but his initials are there or something. I don't know. Anyway, pretty exciting stuff here. Cool reveal at the end. Did not expect that at all. Yeah, I thought maybe we'd see Ghost Freak again someday, because they didn't. It wasn't completely clear if he was dead or not, but didn't expect it to come up with this storyline necessarily. Though it does make sense in hindsight now, yeah, with the monster thing. So cool. I'm excited for part 2. Join me back for that next Card Tuesday, which is part 2, which is a season 3, episode 12, the penultimate episode of season 3. There. Do leave your comments, talk amongst yourselves, to me, etc. Subscribe if you're not already. And until then, I'm Ghost. Peace.